First off, Michaela Blake's, y'all held her to, I think, her second lowest total last season. What have you seen from her, in the time since then? Obviously, she's had some really high-scoring games, but is, I think, top 3 in the country right now.
Yeah, I just want to give that young lady her flowers. Obviously, like you just said, leading scorer in the SEC, I think 3rd in the country. What I watched on tape last night. So if I'm not right statistic-wise, don't quote me that. But just, great players, they get better, right? It's really cool to watch that young lady just put in the work. I honestly think she never gets tired. So that's a commitment to her work ethic, her what she's doing behind the scenes. And that's what we teach our kids. What you do behind the scenes come out to light when the game performs. And she's doing that. She's playing at an all-time high. She's moving without the ball. Her teammates believe in her. And it's cool to see when a kid retains and stays at a school, they get stronger. Identity is formed. And that's why you see a Vanderbilt team that is 17-0 and playing really high. So, again, just mad respect for who she is as a player, and obviously she's one of the best players in the country.
Has Melissa gotten here yet, or what's her status right now?
Yeah, so we're working on her visa right now, so we're excited. There's some paperwork that has to be done now that she's in school. School has to give documentation, so it's only a matter of time that hopefully here in the next 2 weeks she'll be here.
Sanaya's been playing some pretty consistent, minutes the last 3 games. How do you feel like she's been kind of playing, coming off an injury and everything like that?
Yeah, excited. Unfortunate journey. Everybody's journey is different, and we've talked about her. I've already, met with the team this morning and told her, she's my dog. I love that kid. Obviously she came here with wanting quicker expectations and roles, and God said, no, you got an unfortunate injury, and it's life, and you grow and you learn, and now that she's healthy, it's getting the kid that we recruited to come out, and you're starting to see that. And so just to keep just pouring into her of okay, now this is really your second game or third game, excuse me. You can't look at where we're at in the season. So just putting a lens on her, and again, helping her understand what I need her to do and the role that she needs to take for this team to win. She's bought in. She's up in film. She's here before and after practice, and I couldn't ask anything more from her. And I'm a firm believer, just like we talked with Blake's, when you have that kind of mentality and work ethic, then success will take care of itself, and it's only a matter of time that she continues to have the games that we know she can have.
I know you've got a couple of days left before this next one, but you're in the middle of a run now where it's 3 games in a week, and also I think 6 straight ranked opponents.
Yeah.
So what are you focusing on in the short time that you have between preparation for games and trying to get ready for the next one?
Yeah, so obviously you want a 1-0 mentality, right? You can't look at it in whole, to your point. Obviously we're all aware of it, but we got to focus on one game at a time. But also educating my team, because again, this is a team that doesn't return a lot of talent. So you've got to paint a picture of helping them. And that's my job. I got to help my team right now with these 3-game loss streaks. So our message in them today in film was, listen, we're obviously, there's layers to this, right? These top 25, and I'm going to do it by 100%. There's 50% you show up is the competition, right? We're doing that. Ole Miss, you're down 3 or 4 with 4 minutes to go in the second quarter. Don't quote you. I think you tweeted. Yeah. It's you're there. That's the 50%. But to beat a top 25 is the next 40%. Right? That's where we're struggling right now. The details in the scouts that you can't get away by just participating in that 50%. The execution on offense, right? Getting clear, understanding if they take this away, falling into that next read is that 40% that is hurting us in these top 25 matchups. And if you handle that 40%, I'm not promising you it's going to be easier. Then it comes down to a 10%. And that 10% is a dogfight, right, of just who wants it more. Because if both teams who are top 25 are going head-to-head at each other, it's going to come down to being that fourth quarter team that we've talked about in the non-conference and that we've tried to establish in practice. And that's what I'm trying to help them understand what it's going to take if you want to try to get a signature win against a top 25 team.
Remember before the season, Destiny telling us that she was going to be playing some more 2-guard, but seems like she's playing a lot of point guard. Is that kind of a factor of Sanaya's injury early in the season, or I guess just what's
Yeah,
the
just what the team
rotation there?
needs, right? Yeah, like with Snyder coming back, we're kind of just day to day. It's just seeing what's best for the team, what we need. Destiny's having a phenomenal year, assist to turnover ratio when the ball's in her hands. Trey's a kid that we feel like is one of the best shooters in the country. So they're kind of more combo guards instead of just true point, true shooting. They kind of both just take the weight of bringing the ball up the floor, and that's what you kind of saw the other night. Unfortunately, we just didn't put the ball in the hole enough to make it look good. So that's kind of what our messaging to them right now.
You talked about Blake. Kind of what else stands out to you about this Vanderbilt team, how they play and stuff like that?
I'm sorry, I didn't hear it.
You've already talked about Blake. Kind of what stands out to you about this Vanderbilt team and how they want to play?
Yeah, so I think it's really Sasha Washington. Obviously, doesn't get enough talked about. All right, I want to give that young lady her flowers. All right, I thought she was a great competitor and piece for them before she was hurt last year. And I thought they had a great team last year, and I think they're better with her. There's a maturity, a senior mindset about her that is just tough. But when you watch on her film, she has that what I call non-stat factor. She's just got swag. She's got an it factor. And then they've got great pieces. They're well coached. They got a game plan. Again, it's just another SEC team that you're going to get elite coaching with elite players. And right now, sometimes you need to get that signature win, and you go on a high like no other. And they're on it. There's only 3 teams in women's basketball that are undefeated. One of them we've already played in Texas Tech, and then now we're facing our second one in Vanderbilt, and the third one obviously is UConn. So you got to give them credit for riding this wave and coming out night in and night out and finding a way to win.
You mentioned last night about Favors' passing ability and how it's maybe a little bit underrated. What do you just see in that aspect of her game?
Yeah, just the facts as simple as this. You don't see many kids with a positive assist to turnover ratio. And I know that's like, well, that sounds simple. It's really hard when you look at post players in college athletics. She just has a knack for finding that skip pass. Or she got double teamed in the Ole Miss game, threw a great pass out to Jayla for a wide open 3. We just didn't make the shot, right? Like she just makes the right plays night in and night out, and that's what I try to help her with is don't get caught up in points. You bring so much to this team, and the sprint screens, the running the floor, your rebounding, your passing, and that's what makes us a great team. If points come, perfect, but don't lose sight of those other 4 areas, which you are an elite player, and I value you, and this team does too, and so that's what we've really been preaching to her. All right, thanks, y'all. Yep.